What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Future Knight Eric here, and I'm coming at you with an updated Labrynth deck profile. I managed to take this to the Phantom Nightmare sneak peek or preview event, and I managed to go 4-0. This is my first time using Transaction Rollback and having access to new cards that have given the deck quite a boost in power, like the Black Goat Laughs. And yeah, not much to say about the deck. It's cooked. It's probably, I'd say, the second best deck in the format right now, obviously next to Fire Dot decks. And of course I'm taking certain cards to make that matchup a little bit easier. And yeah, the deck is phenomenal. I also recently topped the mats under here a regional, so that was obviously before Transaction Rollback was out, but yeah, just been seeing some really great success with the deck. And yeah, just thought I'd quickly do an updated deck profile, hopefully not too long, just to get it out to all the viewers. And this is a bit of a hybrid list, is what I'd call it. It's not the traditional rollback list in quotation marks, but yeah, let's get started. So we're still playing One Lovely and the Two Ladies. We are not playing the Unchained version. I'm not a particular fan of the Unchained version. I don't like running the additional bricks, and I don't know, I just like to play the deck pure. I haven't really given it a shot. I do have the cards, but I've seen so much success with pure versions of the deck. I decided to keep it that way. So we have to obviously play the three big ones, the little 8s. Then of course we are playing 3 Oriana, and then I'm going to be embarrassed to say this, but I actually forgot to put Arius in the deck before the event. I was running late, and when I rocked up and I just literally shoved in the Transaction Rollbacks and took out a couple of cards, I actually forgot about Orianne, but I would play one Orianne. This list is 40 cards. I would throw in the Orianne and make it 41. I don't think there's anything I'd change, and the list that I'm playing, Orianne, is actually a lot. She's live more often than in other versions of the deck, and then this will sort of give that explanation away. I'm still playing 3 Arius. I am still playing the heavy trap variants that Dinkabui came up with the backjacks and so on. I'm not playing the backjacks anymore because obviously we have a better discard of Transaction Rollback, but I still find activating Karmic Cannon, IDP, big turn 0 is insane. I don't understand why you wouldn't play Arius if you could. I've managed to make the deck 40 and fit in enough that Arius is almost always live. I can't count how many times IDP turn 0, Karmic Cannon turn 0, got access to Engine turn 0. Today it was the best. It's the best card in my deck. You have to play one. I see some lists play none at all. This sometimes is just an extender to get big bodies on the board. Sometimes it's just free discard fodder because you want to engrave to revive. The card's nuts. The amount of times I dodged things using her today was absolutely insane. Not much else to say there. We're playing this and this because I'm playing the Arius version. I'm only playing 1 clock. I'm glad I did. My mate Ronan, who was also playing very similar list, but not with the trap. He was more on a traditional list actually. He played 2 clocks and he bricked on them. So glad I played 1. We are still playing the best generic hand trap. It's pretty decent. Actually held it against a Rika player till his second turn because his first turn was very subpar, and worked really well. Cards cracked. Obviously it's FTK against branded. I did see it against branded twice. Versed 2 branded, a Rika Sun Avalon and a Pearly today, and Ash was actually clutch in most cases. We're playing an extra spell card. We're playing Labrynth setup. This is the best card in my deck. I cannot believe there's lists or people that say this is bad. I cannot fathom that. This is literally all your grind in a single card. It's absolutely absurd. Setting D barriers post side, setting Karmic Cannons, trap tricks. This card is busted. And the additional spell I played was Foolish Brittle Goods. So the logic behind it is I played 2 transaction rollbacks and just one of this. Not 2 because it's a hard ones per turn, so you'll only ever get to send 1. And then if you already have a transaction rollback live, because I'm playing a heavier trap version, you then just Foolish Burial the trap that you want against the matchup. In theory, think it's great. I did use it once and it did actually win me that game, the transaction rollback resolution. But I think putting in the Ariane, I would probably cut this for the 3rd transaction rollback. I think that's just logical, but I think the concept's really, really good. We're playing 3 big, makes sense, you have to. We play it till it gets hit, and I think that is the card that gets hit. The card does too much. 2 welcome, 3rd didn't come up as often this time, and setup obviously just recycles them. Again, the best hand trap in my deck, Book of Eclipse, but they get no advantage. Cards cooked. Even if I wasn't playing a heavy Arius package, I think I'd still play at least 2 of this. This is the best trap card in the deck, I'm pretty sure. We're playing 2 IDPs. I'm getting the 2nd QC off, and now it's just the secret. Cards really, really good. Don't think you can cut it. And then yeah, the new VIP. So I only got this into the graveyard 3 times. It won me every single game that it was there. And it wasn't like I was already winning. This literally changed the tide of the duel. Just being able to pop, just being able to resolve big twice. So if it gets Asher first time, you can resolve it again, get your lovely pop, get extra advantage, get a lady. This card's insane. I used it to copy an Imperm on an Albaz, which won me that game. Yeah, card's insane. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you cut the Foolish Burial Goods for the 3rd one, but that's entirely up to you. 3 Trap Trick. Probably could cut this down to 2 if you want to keep the Foolish Burial Goods in, just to put it in the 3rd transaction rollback, or to put in the Ariane if you want to keep it at 40. But this giving you choice in turn 0 with Arius is insane. So I would still recommend playing 3. Seeing this in multiples is pretty terrible, but you can also just discard it off of the furniture. And then finally 3 Imperm. Imperm's kind of crazy with transaction rollback. Being able to resolve 2 Imperms in a turn is like having skill drain turn 0. It's actually insane. And yeah, that's it. That's the deck 40. Then going into, let's go into the side deck first. I'm playing 3 Shifter. Now this is probably pretty controversial, quote unquote. So what I do is when I'm siding, no deck profiles really talk about side patterns, but here we are. So when I'm siding shifters in, I'll probably usually take out 4 furnitures, just because they're a lot more dead now. And then additionally to that, I'll always take out a Trap Trick and 1 or even 2 Arius, just because Arius, so your furniture under shifter is still okay. It's not great because you lose the advantage, but Arius literally cannot activate under shifter, so it makes it very, very difficult to see these 2 cards in your hand at the same time. You can chain the Arius to the shifter, I suppose, but obviously if you're going second, it's not great, and that's when shifter really shines, is going second, because then you can set up in your turn, and then when it goes back to them, your traps start going to the grave. So yeah, I'll usually take out these and then put in the shifters. And then what's kind of funny is the shifters and rolls are both good into the matchups that they're good against, so I'll often put them in together, because if I see both, resolving either one will win, so the other one doesn't need to resolve. So I usually just resolve the shifter, but with my luck I only end up seeing 1 most of the time, which is good and bad, I guess. In some instances it means I just have to put in 6 cards to try and see 1, but yeah, usually if you see 1 of these, you've won. If you see both, resolving 1 is enough. So those 6 usually, it's kind of weird, those 6 usually go in together even though they conflict with one another. We're playing again the heavier trap version, so we're just playing 2 Lord of the Heavenly. I don't want to brick on this, so we're just playing the 2. I wish there was a way to play Pot of Prosperity in the side deck. That'd be super cool. Pot of Prosperity being able to get into your Arius combo, dig for the extra piece. Wanting to get into this would be crazy. Pancratops, just I don't know why it's at 2. We'll just play 2. It's pretty insane. It's my glorified back row removal. Extra traps, we've got D-Barrier, we've got E-Rad, we've got different dimension ground, and then for the final 2 cards it's 2 super poly, 15 extra deck spots, the side deck spots, so this is all we got. I am thinking about putting in the Black Coat Loss. Shout out Andrew for this QCR, super sick. I don't know the names of anything. I don't know the names of any of the 5 stuff. I literally do not know. So I think once I get a bit more practice in this new format, this will probably go on the side. I don't think it's a main deck worthy card, in my opinion. That might change. But yeah, this might go in and maybe cut the super polys entirely, but they are kind of cracked. If I could play 3, I would. Could maybe cut the DDG, but I think going first is just too strong. Then moving into the extra deck, Super Poly Targus. This is for Baron SP decks. These are all self-explanatory. I do kind of want to cut this and just put in an Antis. A lot of the decks running around randomly are using Maximus again. I don't know when they decided that was a good idea. I think it's a fucking terrible idea, but here we are. I did play 2 Chaos Angels. I did make 2 today, but it was literally just a flex. I didn't need to make 2. I could have just killed him, but I made 2 and linked them both off for Markracker, reborn the 1, and then kill him. It was pretty funny. Typhon, second one didn't come up a lot today. Zeus, Abyss Dweller, Baguska. This is for your Ariane plays. I didn't see Ariane. Oh, I didn't play Ariane today, so, but in theory, pretty good. For purely, this should be SP, and then that. These are not cuttable, non-negotiable. And that is pretty much the deck profile, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I am still a big fan of the trap Arius centered build. I still think trap cards are just better hand traps than hand traps. And yeah, the deck was insane for me today. At regionals, it was crazy. Played the same list, obviously minus the rollbacks. Just put the super polys in main, and then yeah, today it just went really well. I ran late for locals. I was sweaty. It was hot. I hadn't eaten, and I guess that's when we play our best Yu-Gi-Oh. But that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. I'm glad to be able to upload a video for you, and this is Future Knight signing out.